And so, I was sitting in my Southern Fried Ramada in our pre-production meeting between me and the suits. And I was trying to tell them the three concepts that I had for today's show. And they weren't having it. They wanted Southern rock classic albums. And I said, no, I'll have to negotiate on that. Let's go with best live cuts ever by a Southern rock band. And I said, I'm not moving off that one. It's got to be Lynyrd Skynyrd and Freebird, or it's going to be The Outlaws and Greengrass and High Tides. Case closed. What's your next subject? Okay, the 10 stages of putrefaction. Now, so let's go back to the 3 blind mice. Today on Secondhand Noobs. So you can easily see how seeds are planted. Lynyrd Skynyrd or The Outlaws. Either or. The light or the dark. Decisions. Of course, you will always have, as an option, middle of the road. That's where I go. I can hear the music, the tone poem, and the beauty of Freebird. No problem. And I love the opportunity to stick my tongue in an electric socket while listening to Greengrass and High Tides. High energy. That's what we're talking about. High energy. How do you get that? You gotta go deep. And that's what we do here at Secondhand Noobs. It's pretty simple. You know, I say that a lot. That's probably my biggest cliche that I use. Sorry, guys. Edit that. No, I'm just considering my options. Can I free flow in that high energy? That's what I try to create in my observations. Easier said than done, but my imagination goes deep, and it's electric, ran by electrons. That's the modern age. Computers, smartphones, satellites, new pictures from the Jack Webb telescope. Wow. It's a beautiful thing, and some people just want to doo-doo on it. What can I say? So what I'm saying is that we're at the same ball game. You might be watching it from third base, but I could be watching it from first base, and we can't tell if the runner is out at second. So we have to debate about that, discuss it, and call the ump, who's in the middle of the road. So in this metaphor, the middle is Shashumna. That's where you start the journey, right in the center, the big one. And remember, that's in you right now. Not a bad way to go, if you think about it. Now, what my practice has done for me, it has given me the opportunity to analyze some of these very fundamental numbers and apply them in an evolutionary kind of way to give me just a simplistic answer to some of the questions that I had. And I started out with Saved by Zero, and I just love the album. I love the concept, all these opinions. But we started with Zero, spent several weeks on Zero, just a little bit of time here on the 3 blind mice, the big one. It's mathematical at first, and it moves very quickly through imagination and evolves what we see today. And I think in a postmodern kind of way, we should look back and critically analyze at least some of the simple steps so we can get into the groove and back in the flow, which literally, I don't think we've ever been there. It's always been a concept, but it's never been realized because we never had a smarter generation than what's coming up right now and will be able to vote in 2024 if we're motivated and create the energy that will drive these people into an understanding of progression. Tone poem. Gotta love it. I think that there is information available on this subject that was actually produced back in 1981 through 1984, 85, I believe. It's kind of a look through a physics into a metaphysic, and then a metaphysic back to physics. And the information, I think, is next generation. And I've studied it pretty good over the last several years, and I found a lot of that information to be validated with information that I collected over time through the earlier century. So I take and try to combine those old ancient stories, knowing that probably less than 1% of the population of the year 2000 BC could even count to 10. Some of the studies say that the natural lifespan of the average person, say in Egypt, was only 35 years old. They were about 5'2", 5'3", maybe weighing 120, 130 pounds. Now that's something else. When you look at the pyramids of Giza and the great cat which guards, that's deep stuff. But we'll get to it. You just have to develop some patience and some endurance. And it's in the works.